play with those balls.
Nice balls.
I like it. You fondle them very nicely. I decided not to tease you this week. I'll let it roll a little bit.
Yeah, it was rude last week. He just stopped.
Yep.
So, other than Joe playing with balls, what's up, boys?
Cheers. Coffee.
I found golf balls. They're fun.
Congratulations to the men amongst boys in the Western Conference, Denver Nuggets.
That was 2 days ago. We're not living in the past.
You speak for yourself, okay? I'm riding this until June 1st.
That's a long time to write anything, my
Hey,
boy.
you know what? There might be some chafing, but we'll get through it.
You know what? That's a great place to start off. But as always, I'm always James, and Jimothy's always next to me, followed by Joe, who's not James.
We's in the middle.
What's up? I saw that.
Real quick, this is how I wanted to start the show this week, real fast. I wanted to take a moment to appreciate Nikola Jokic scouting report from 2014. Real quick. An average athlete lacking great speed and leaping ability. He may struggle to stay in front of NBA athletes. Despite being a younger guy, his upside appears to be limited by his lack of explosiveness. Almost nothing he said there is wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was expecting something to be different.
Outside of the upside, almost nothing is wrong. But this was from George Carl's Twitter. He said, "Point is, believe in yourself."
Like legitimately, everything he said is true.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm gonna say is, if it didn't say Jokic, could you tell me it's not about Tim Duncan?
If you were playing like guess that athlete based on the scouting report, is there anyone else
Did you just come up with a potential game?
That actually would be pretty fun. We could do it for 2 sports. I don't know about all sports. We could definitely hit 2 of them for a few players. You guys could hit 2 of them. I could hit 1. We'll be real.
I don't know. Some of the scouting reports could be crazy. Like, he's the next Peyton Manning, and all of a sudden it's like Mark Sanchez.
Facts. What about like Josh Rosen coming out?
Brady Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Clausen, didn't Mel Kiper said that he was a 10-year starter or something, and he
was going to retire. Yeah,
he was retire if he wasn't.
Yeah, that would be really hard, but intriguing. I think we accidentally made a potential new segment.
It'd be fun.
So let's give the flowers for the first time ever. The Nuggets are Western Conference champs.
Yes.
And real upset.
Why?
She'll get over it.
She's a Lakers fan.
Yeah, she'll get over it.
Hey, this was my first. I'm gonna hand up my first miss of the entire playoffs.
Hey, you know what? She can buy herself flowers.
She can. She can hold her own hand.
She can do that too.
Talk to herself for hours.
Hey. She can do whatever she wants.
I gotta remember that we're on YouTube.
But also, I just want to give a quick shout out to the Nuggets for first sweep ever in the playoffs, first time beating the Lakers in a series, and then also first finals appearance in Nuggets franchise history. So all pretty big hurdles to leap over at once. Normally only leap 1, but I guess we're doing 3 hurdles at the same time. We're rolling here.
And a very competitive sweep. It's not like the Nuggets completely manhandled the Lakers. Although in points it did seem that way. But
I mean, they found ways to make it competitive at the end of the games, but for the most part, I mean, the Nuggets there was never really a doubt as far as watching the game. I mean, yeah, they got competitive, they got close. The only time they ever really had a lead in the series was Game 4. Actually, I think it's the only time they had a lead outside of maybe the first couple minutes of a game outside of lead 4.
Yeah, they had the lead for most of Game 4, didn't they?
Yeah, I think through maybe half of the fourth.
Yeah.
Nuggets came back from about 20, I want to say it was.
I don't like that you're saying it was a close sweep.
There's
There's no such thing as a close sweep.
The games. I said it was a competitive sweep.
Like I said, the games were competitive at the end, but there was never a question in mind in those first 3 or even the fourth game, even when it was LeBron got the ball there at the end to tie it up. There was never really a doubt in my mind. And I think most of Nuggets Nation kind of would agree with that notion. I mean, I get what you're saying with competitive. They found ways to be in the game and potentially win some of those games, but they didn't. Nuggets overcame every adjustment they could possibly make.
I mean, at the end of the
day, Jamal Murray came out in this series as a number 2.
He was a
number 1.
Yeah,
shoot, for a lot of those games.
We'll see if he can keep doing it. But
yeah,
if anybody on the Lakers kept it competitive, it wasn't LeBron. It was Reeves.
Yeah.
And
if anybody kept it competitive, it was Reeves.
Reeves got himself a payday.
It was Reeves.
Yeah, but what about
it was Reeves, though.
Hachimura had 2 games where he was like perfect from the field, and then they just took him out.
Doesn't matter. It was Reeves. Reeves should have got more shots.
Hachimura helped for sure. He helped them stay in those games.
And I just want to say Hachimura. It's just a sweet name.
But
it is a dope name. I won't lie.
His Hillbilly Kobe, is that right?
I believe that's what they call him.
Hillbilly Kobe. There we go. I don't want to talk about the other series. I'm just kidding. We will. We'll get to it. I'm sure you guys saw this, but is LeBron done?
No.
He's playing with his kid.
I think I watched that interview live after the game. I think it's being spun a totally different way. I don't think he meant anything about retirement.
I think he said it, implied it, to get people's mind off of the sweep.
I think he said it in a way. I think he said it strategically, like you said, but I didn't take it as I'm retiring. I took it as, well, maybe I won't be here next year.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be with the Clippers.
No, he won't go with the Clippers.
Maybe he'll be with Golden State. Maybe he'll be with Phoenix. Maybe he'll be with the Lakers.
He'll sign 1-year deal with the Lakers and then go wherever Bronny gets drafted.
Exactly. I don't think he's not a free agent though. I don't think, right? Huh? I think he has another season though. I think.
He has the weird opt-outs that he's been throwing in there.
I would look it up, but there's all kinds of clauses like that.
Do you think what he said was accurate in terms of he said he was better than 95% of the league, which would put him in top 15 range?
Probably. I mean, it might be the lower end of that.
At his current old man age.
When playing, 15. I think so. He's probably like 14 or 15.
He's better than 95% of the league.
Yeah, which should put him top 15 when you average it out. Maybe top 17 at the far list.
Oh yeah,
I think he is. Well,
well, I'm thinking every team has 12 to 15 players. There's 30 teams. I'm trying to do like quick math in my head, but it was a long day. I can't.
Math. It's like 400. It's like 400 people. It's like 400.
So like 20. Yeah, he's top 20. Hell, he's probably top 12, to be honest.
So then he's like a higher 95. Like, I mean, he's I don't know, almost a guaranteed 22 on a bad night. Almost.
Depends if like 25 to whatever has a good night, you know, like he's better than Jamal Murray, but that series Jamal Murray was better.
That was bubble. Jamal Murray.
Hey man, I just hope it continues. It really seemed like he found confidence. Even, there was games where, he was out of the game for 2 quarters. I mean, he was playing, of course, but he wasn't really doing anything. He was missing shots, and it never broke him. He always found ways to, in the fourth quarter when Jokic was being double teamed on every single possession, Jamal Murray lit it up. Jamal Murray, MPJ found ways to be a solid number 3. KCP was in that role several times. Aaron Gordon, he's been just solid under the rim.
Yeah.
He's been that guy you need to get rebounds and be competitive under there.
And game 3 at least.
Yeah,
I watched that game from start to finish. It wasn't just the 5 Nuggets versus the 5 Lakers on the floor. It was the 5 Nuggets versus 5 Lakers and Scott Foster. That there were bogus calls.
Scott Foster is he
bogus.
he also refed game 4 last night.
I'm pretty sure he's a finals ref as well.
There was some questionable things going on there too for the Heat and Celtics.
Real quick before we move away from like Nuggets, Lakers type of stuff, did you guys see Charles Barkley? How mad he got the other morning? So the other morning, right after I believe it would have been yesterday, Charles Barkley got absolutely pissed off because he was watching morning pundits with 4 letters, and they weren't talking about the Nuggets at all. All they were talking about was the Lakers, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony. And this is the type of stuff that I've been kind of referring to as far as the disrespect. It's not anybody disrespecting the Nuggets play. It's we're not even going to talk about them. We don't respect them in the way of we don't even believe in them. We think everything else is more important than the Nuggets. And he went on a rant about how right now, like that morning, you should have been talking about Jokic and the Nuggets and what they've done in their first finals appearance, sweeping the Lakers, and how impressive that is to sweep any team in the finals. It just felt good watching as a Nuggets fan to see someone kind of just stick up for, the smaller market.
I don't see it that way. For them not talking about the Nuggets, they're going to talk about the Nuggets for a whole another 2 weeks, and then if they win the finals, they're going to get the whole summer.
Yeah. Now, yes. Now, the Nuggets have not been mentioned this entire playoffs.
Because they've been winning.
The Nuggets.
They talk about the losers. Like at the end of the
Heat have been talked about. The Heat have been talked about all kinds. They're up 3-0. They've been talked about. They're winning
as underdogs.
They're winning.
And the whole thing is
they talk about losers.
They talk about the Celtics and how the Celtics are going to come back and make history. Like it's not shameful of the Nuggets. The Nuggets were heavy favorites in the series. The Heat were up 2-0 and still the underdogs.
Dude, you're not seeing the shoe on the other foot.
No. James's argument is not the correct one on it. The reason there is the disrespect, which does need to go away, it is that the Nuggets are historically irrelevant. And you can't really argue that. Like the Heat historically are relevant. The Celtics historically relevant. The Lakers historically relevant.
And then LeBron's on the Lakers.
It's the historical relevancy. Like it still is dumb. They should be talked about. You are correct in that. But that is why they aren't historically relevant. They aren't a major media market. Like when Golden State popped off, right? They weren't super historically relevant aside from their wins in the 60s type deal. But they were on the West Coast. They could drum up the media. The Broncos are a rare thing in Denver. They're the only relevant team in Denver usually. The Avs are just starting to get there, and they've won 3 championships in their first 30 years in the league.
And the Bucks were also one of these teams that weren't relevant.
And it also took them. I mean, it took them actually winning the championship for anyone to take them seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They were number 1 contender 3 years in a row. Like Jimmy mentioned in our private chat, the Nuggets. I mean, they were top 3 the last 2 years. They were top 4 in going into the bubble. It's just it's that fact of they are relevant now. These last 3 years they have been relevant. They made it to the finals 2 years, or the conference finals 2 years ago. Against the Lakers. And it's as you said, when we talk about the 4-letter company, we know they're going to talk about the Lakers, no matter what. We know they're going to talk about LeBron James, and that's the respect that should be given. Is let's talk about the Nuggets in here too, but the Nuggets aren't mentioned. It's strictly about the Lakers, and even they're up 2-0. The Lakers, those are wins. They came back. They almost won those games. They should feel good about themselves. It's no respect given to the Nuggets and how good this team and how deep this team actually is.
I don't know that the Spurs became relevant until 2007.
Yeah, it took them a long time.
And like think about the run they had prior to that, right?
But at the same time, I don't think they're really disrespecting. Sorry,
but they were disrespected in the sense that they had an MVP. You guys have an MVP. Mm-hmm. They were winning championships. They weren't talked about like hardly at all.
The Spurs have the quietest 5 rings in 20 years that will ever happen.
And maybe I worded it wrong originally. I think I did use the word disrespect. I think they need to be given respect. I don't think that they're being disrespected by the media necessarily.
They're almost what is worse, because there is like, as a fan, right? You can be mad. We witnessed it last season with football, so that's just where I'll go with it. Jimmy was upset at the Broncos. Me, I had apathy. Apathy is worse. And that's what the Nuggets are getting. They're not getting disrespected. It's just nobody cares. Like, it's not disrespect. It's not respect. It's just that's what it is.
They're just kind of there.
Which is almost worse. Like, if they were disrespecting you, the players would have something to play for. They're not doing that.
Oh, they're taking it as disrespect.
They did this series. I will say that. They did. But prior to this series, they weren't really.
Right.
Like, it's just apathy for them. And I don't know. It's nice to see them finally winning, finally getting to the championship. There are things online that are driving me nuts. But I think, I don't know. Because I saw a post that said, who is the best Nugget to wear number 15? I saw this post.
Listen, it's not a coincidence Melo retired the same day as that game.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then people are asking, like, do they retire Melo's jersey? And I'm like, yeah, they probably do down the road. But they're not doing it until after Jokic does.
Jokic's jersey will go up. Jokic's number 15 jersey will go in the rafters before Melo's.
Yes.
But Melo's deserves to be up there, 100%.
Correct. But it's like...
They should retire Melo's for the Olympics.
Yeah, absolutely. Melo's been campaigning to get the Nuggets to put his jersey up.
I saw another thing that said, that was like, what is your favorite Melo? And there was not enough people saying Olympic Melo. Olympic Melo is so good.
He's all-time leading scorer, right? For the US Team USA.
He might be.
He might be, but I think it's just because he's like the only one who was always there.
Right. That's still impressive feat to always be there.
Yeah. But I don't know. There have been a lot going on. But it's great. I hop on Twitter and it's just Nuggets, Heat, Nuggets, Heat, Nuggets, Heat, Nuggets, Heat.
No, it's KD. KD's the leading scorer. Sorry.
I only see Nuggets and Heat stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm a Heat fan, but I'm rooting for this Nuggets team. I love this Nuggets team. It reminds me of the Spurs.
Well,
and I love those Spurs.
Speaking of the Heat, as Jimmy was about to say.
Heat, yeah. Speaking of the Heat, let's talk about the other side of the bracket real quick. The Heat failed to execute the sweep, and if there was such thing as a Fire Fest, it'd be last night. I stayed up and watched that game because it was relatively close, and then all of a sudden the Celtics just could not miss anything, and like the Heat had a little run, and then the Tatum or Brown would throw up a shot and it went in, and then that was it. And I was
Tatum nailed those 2 threes in a row, and it was just gone from there.
At about halftime, maybe a little into the third, before the Celtics went on like an 18-0 run in the third, which basically put the game away. Tatum had blocked Strus. The ball he blocked him from behind. The ball hit the ground, bounced back to Strus, and Strus drained a 3. And I was like, oh, sometimes you need a little bit of luck in these games, and it just everything's bouncing your way. And then from that point, it was just downhill.
You jinxed it.
How did I jinx it? I didn't say it out loud.
You thought it.
I was laying in bed like, okay, but the Heat were only up by 6 at that point. But I'm not surprised they didn't. The Celtics are a good team.
Yeah,
they're a good team. But they're favored to win Game 5, which would make it a 6-game series if they win Game 5.
They will be favored in every game from here on out. I just don't think it lasts very long.
I think they're favored to win the series still, or it's very close.
I knew it dropped.
I
don't remember.
You want to talk about disrespect? No team has come back from 0-3, and the Celtics are favored. Or very close to being favored. Like nobody believes in the Heat.
Yeah.
Fuck. Joe, the Heat fan, wants to root for the Nuggets against the Heat.
The Heat are favored now, by the way. They weren't until the other day.
Isn't it close?
Right now, they're minus 270 plus 220. So, I mean, it's pretty close.
Like, they weren't favored when they were up 2-0.
Right.
Which we talked about privately, which is just 3% chance to make the NBA Finals. They go up 3-0, and they're underdogs, which, again, the Celtics are a good team. I think the Heat close it out in Boston. Boston has not played good at home this postseason. It's just the facts. But if the Celtics do win, I'm going to be a little worried that the Heat going to be the first team to blow a 3-0 lead.
I don't know, man. 4 games in a row.
It's tough, but
it's possible. Yeah, I mean, it's totally possible. But
that was the Heat's.
After you've already played 3 times to win 4 in a row.
That was the Heat's 4th loss this postseason. Not the play-in, just postseason playoffs, and their first loss at home. I think they're okay, and I think coaching has been huge in this series.
And you said I'm rooting for the Nuggets. I'm rooting to make money.
Joe's holding.
I hope you go bankrupt and the Heat win. That's what I'm rooting for.
I'm hoping to make money because I picked Boston and the Nuggets to meet in the finals.
Imagine if you would have picked the Heat and the Nuggets, how much more money you'd have because the Heat had 3% chance.
I understand, but I also picked that back in February.
Joe, I just if the Heat blow this, I'm going to come to Iowa and shave your beard completely off. You're going to Mr. Clean.
No.
All of it. I will.
No.
I will.
No.
I get a ticket for $100, straight flight.
Nah. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'll do it on a Wednesday. I'll do it on the pod.
Jeez, you dying?
Jimmy shows up to your door with a phone, just live.
Streaming on TikTok.
He showed up with a phone to my house several times, and most of the time just to slap me for a TikTok.
Facts. Facts. Good times, good times. So I'm assuming, maybe it's a bad assumption, that you guys think the Heat will close this out, whether it's tomorrow night or would it be Saturday? I don't think it's going to go 7.
Yeah, it'd be Saturday. It's every other.
So I believe the Heat will close this out. It's just a matter of Thursday or Saturday. If it goes 7, if I could bet, I might bet on the Celtics.
Do you think forcing Game 5 is more for their pride, or do they actually have hope?
I don't know.
The Celtics themselves, not what you think, but with the Celtics themselves, is it more for their pride, or do you think it gave them hope?
Neither. I think it's guys playing for a job, playing for a contract, playing for trade value, because I think they might blow stuff up. Obviously, the current iteration isn't putting it over the top. I don't suspect Tatum going, but basically everybody else, I can see a possibility of them leaving.
I think we're getting a classic playoff Jimmy game to close it out tomorrow night.
Yeah. I think we get it on Saturday.
Yeah, I think for the players, it was for their pride. It was for their future contracts, their future whatever it may be. And for that reason, because I don't think it actually gave the team hope, I think they closed it tomorrow night.
Boston has been terrible at home in the playoffs. They're 4-5. That's not something like of the final 4 teams, they're the only team that lost at home until the Lakers did against the Nuggets, and then the Heat just did last night. And so the Nuggets are still unbeaten at home.
Who loses at home?
That's because the altitude's so high.
Well,
I did see that thing where people were BS.
So I think this is the perfect time. Perfect time. So we're looking at Heat Nuggets finals. That we're all in agreement on that.
Yeah.
Which that might be the most disrespected game ever or series ever, because everyone's like,
let's not even talk about it.
Right? They just talk about the Lakers and Celtics, which I actually saw something funny. Would you guys watch this? Lakers Celtics Battle of Cancun, 7-game series. For the third place, would you guys watch that?
Yeah, probably. Probably. Just like shirts for skins on some random basketball court near the beach.
Yep. 3 on 3.
I'd watch at least one of the games.
Yeah, 3 on 3, and just keep every game it rotates to 3.
Just depending on how entertaining that first game is, I might keep watching.
Yeah.
But I think 3 on 3, I think the Lakers dominate.
Joe says no Cancun Bowl. No Cancun battle. So before we jump to the other side, the other sport with the conference finals, I think this is a perfect time for everyone's favorite segment.
Except mine.
Joe says that, but it's definitely his favorite.
We know it's Shaylee's favorite for sure.
Look at this beautiful. Let's take a second and appreciate his camera quality. The shine off of his head.
The glow.
Both of them.
Ooh.
Whoa! You can see the other one, guys. This is on YouTube. We can't.
That camera is wild, bro.
Yeah, it gets everything, Joe.
So okay, now hear me out. I need to shave. bad. This is unkempt,
What does that mean?
untamed. The neck is going crazy, and I don't like it.
Yeah, the neck beard is rough. I'm not a fan of the neck beard.
Neck is going crazy, and I don't like it.
But I had to get past it to fill this bad boy in more.
Well, see, I weld, and that stuff catches on fire.
YOLO.
It's true. I've seen
no.
some of his shirts have been horrendous.
Yeah.
YOLO.
No, that's a no bueno situation.
Send it, Joe. Just send it.
I've legitimately seen Joe like on breaks when we worked together, and he had a hole like right here, and he's just like, I burnt my nipple.
Yep.
But oh, breaking news! Carolina just tied it 2-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I don't know how to say his name. Nekas?
Sure.
He is getting helped. That's why I was hesitant. He was getting helped off.
Oh no, I'm seeing this now.
Oh, he got drilled by the puck. By his own teammate. Oh.
Oh no. He's getting up.
Oh, he just got drilled in the back of the knee by a teammate on a shot. He just got helped off the ice, but it is 2-2. And this is a perfect segue to talking about the Stanley Cup Finals, the conference finals, which also, it's crazy that the final four teams in all of the Eastern Conference, they were all up 3-0. All of them.
Ouch.
That's wild. The Panthers are up 3-0. So, I mean, 2-2 right now. But let's just talk about that one. We think the Panthers can close it out tonight?
Probably.
I don't know what the Panthers are doing, man. Why are the Panthers good? What is happening?
Well, I just want to in 2019, they took a chance on this kid who just never played hockey, never watched hockey, and they took a chance on him. And he averages 6 goals a game on like 40 shots.
Actually, at the time, that was probably one of the only teams he knew about.
Oh no, I knew about the Hurricanes, dude. I'm from North Carolina.
Oh yeah, okay. You got 2. You got 2 down.
I knew about the Capitals. That's my dad's team. The Bruins, obviously. Happy Gilmore.
26 more.
The Kraken.
Okay. Well, you know them now. The Kraken weren't around then.
I knew about them when they came. Like the moment they came, I've known about the Kraken.
I'm sure you did, because
you knew about them when they came.
Yeah.
Where did they come from?
Right there. Right there. That's where they came
from.
Yeah, from down under.
From down under.
Because the Kraken
came from down under.
are at the bottom of the sea.
Yes. This is a children's show.
Release the Kraken. The Red Wings, obviously. The Flyers. I'm just naming teams that or is this just this? Can James name all the teams? Is that what this has become?
Dude, we watched that TikTok series. We saw how hard it was for you at the beginning.
Dude, I legitimately called the Calgary Flames the Flaming Seas. So yeah, it was rough. It was rough. But I've come a long way. I'm pretty sure, given random logos, I could name them.
Wait, did the Titans rip off your series for their schedule release? Their schedule release, the Titans. I think they ripped off your series.
Oh, I don't even know what you're talking about.
The hockey logos.
Oh, when they had the kids say all the names?
The people were basically just guessing what the names were.
They basically did man on the street and showed people logos and had them guess what they were.
I did see that. Should I sue?
Probably.
Because that's been done by.
I think you should at least ask for royalties.
Yeah, if the Titans want to send me a signed Derrick Henry, Yes, Henry, just Derrick Henry, just in Derrick Henry.
Just sign though. He has to sign himself.
Yeah, to be signed. Just so I can tackle him. Which honestly,
no. Here's what I would want. I would want one-on-one.
Go ahead. You can finish.
One-on-one Oklahoma drill against Derrick Henry, but he has to like make it look like he's trying hard, but he has to let me tackle him on video.
The Panthers just scored to go up 3-2.
That's the game.
They scored quickly after Carolina. I'm telling you,
they paid that other player.
There was like 4 passes. They got the goalie to lunge, and that's just some good old fashioned hockey.
That's when you get your buddy to. It's like when you play NHL 19 and you get your buddy to play goalie.
So I'm not gonna lie. If the Panthers pull this off, the other series, the Stars are down 3-0 to the Knights. I'm rooting for the Stars. Now, ask me why. I don't want the Heat to be the only one that didn't complete the sweep.
I do. They're frauds. It's like you.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's a logical reason to root for a team. I get it.
No, it's illogical.
It makes sense to everybody.
I think, God, I mean, honestly, they keep showing that goal. That was beauty. It was a beauty.
In hockey culture, if you will, you just say "butte."
Oh, I'm sorry. It was BEA Ute.
It was butte.
Ute.
Stassi.
Joe's taking power naps during the pod.
No. I'm just not watching the game.
Oh, okay. So I'm taking. I think. God, they keep showing that play. It was so pretty. I'm sorry.
It was beautiful.
This is
that spin, that like turnaround pass, so that spin pass. That was
the
beautiful.
Turnaround pass, and then he starts the break and scores the goal. That's something you could learn from somebody in 2019.
It was textbook.
It was textbook. It was Butte. It was a Butte textbook play. And that was talking hockey. So yeah, I think you guys have the predictions for the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I picked the Panthers.
Let me pull that up.
And I think I also picked the Stars, but I picked them for selfish reasons, just so I can be like, you know what, at least we made it as a Dallas. But I'm in Florida. I mean, I'm gonna take it with the Panthers.
Pretty sure we all took the Stars. No,
James took the Knights.
I did? Look at me go. Oh, no, I think I started saying that, and then I was like, I'll take the Knights, though. Yeah.
Jimmy took the Panthers in 6. I took the Panthers in 7. Joe took the Canes in 6. Loser.
It's not over yet. 3-0 has happened in hockey.
Hey, I took the Panthers in 7. Not out there. But Jimmy, you took the Knights in 7. I took the Stars in 6. Joe took the Stars in 7.
Playoff Jimmy is all sports. All sports. We didn't pick the divisional round because we're stupid and, you know, it's in the name.
Right.
So, but for the hockey games that we picked, I think I've done pretty good. I mean, do we really care about the number of games? I don't. I just care about picking the right team. We're going to have another dance-off?
No. Not this week.
Dang.
But, Jimmy, you were the only person to get the Western Conference Finals wrong. Just letting you know.
My only game that I got wrong in the entire NBA playoffs. The only series.
When it mattered, you lost.
I'll take it.
When it mattered, you lost.
To be fair, like Joe's saying, he's riding his bet. I picked the Lakers when they were still the 11th seed before they were in the playoffs. So I was just riding the wave.
Yeah, but you can't bet in Florida.
Yeah,
You're right. But I was just riding the wave.
I literally bet.
But did I or did I not say before the Lakers were in the play-in that they were going to make the finals?
Were you right or were you wrong?
But I was just riding the wave.
But were you right or were you wrong?
I was wrong. I'll take it. But I was just riding the wave.
Sorry. I also have bounced my money, like bets. I placed a bet on the Heat.
Did you cash out? Did you cash out on the Celtics? No. You should have.
Either way, I'm winning money now, so I'm good.
Oh, okay. So about the other game, the Knights and the Stars. I'm gonna take the Knights to close it out. It's gonna be everyone's gonna clean sweep except for the Heat.
Nah, I'm gonna root for the Stars because Florida's gonna win this game. Actually, I take that back. Florida's gonna win this game. I'm rooting for the Golden Knights because I want the Heat to be the only team that didn't sweep. I'm gonna do the same thing you are, just opposite.
I don't care about any of them, so go Knights, end it faster.
It's kind of weird that they do
put them out of their misery.
The Stanley Cup playoffs and the NBA playoffs at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, not really, but
earlier in the series, before it got to the conference, it was really hard to watch Lightning and the Heat because they were playing on the same night.
That's where I was lucky to where the Heat and the Nuggets and Avalanche were playing on opposite nights. It was so nice while they were both still in it.
Like legitimately, I watched the Lightning get destroyed 9-3 in Game 2, and then watched the Heat have a 40-point third quarter and come back and win their game. And I was a mix of emotions. I went to sleep. The Heat were losing, and I
was so confused that night.
I woke up and I was like, "Wait a minute! How they were down by like 20 to the Bucks? What just happened?" Like I'm just. Hope we're getting some shots on goal.
You guys want to do the DraftKings thing for the over-unders on teams' wins?
I do. But I actually kind of had a little blind side for you guys because I think that's all the sports we really got to talk about, right? Nothing crazy happened. Obviously, you guys know. No free shout outs. You know that the podcast run by the two brothers, the one who lives in Kansas City and the one that is in Philadelphia. Those two brothers.
Yes.
Those guys, which they're, by the way, great show, great guys, really funny, good chemistry, obviously because they're brothers. They had a special guest on their recent episode, Tony Gonzalez. Did you guys see this at all?
No,
I have not.
Okay, cool. Then it is really a blindside. So they asked Tony Gonzalez to give the Mount Rushmore of tight ends.
Okay.
So I want to do one of two things: either make you guys guess who he said, or have your Mount Rushmore and see how it compares to Tony Gonzalez. So first thing first, he said 4 is too little, so he did a top 5. In no particular order. He just said 5. And he said he was not including himself.
I figured he wouldn't put himself.
But made it clear he is in the Mount Rushmore, but he is not including himself.
Yeah.
And then they made a joke about Travis Kelce because Kelce included himself in the Mount Rushmore. And Jason was like, there's another tight end who included himself in the top 4. But that's a classy move, Tony. Stuff like that. So it was pretty funny.
I don't think I would have Travis Kelce in the top 4.
So how do you guys want to do? You want me to tell you his top 5 that he said, not including him? Or do you want to try to just see how close your top 5 is to him?
Let's do ours and then see how close they are.
Okay. Not including Tony Gonzalez, though, to make it completely fair.
I don't care about closeness. I want to just be honest.
See, I can't not
be honest.
include Tony G though. I'm doing a Mount Rushmore.
No. Tony G is in there, but you can't include him in this exercise because he didn't include himself.
Okay. So I only get to pick 3 people. Got it.
No, you pick 5.
Nope.
Five.
I'm not picking 5 tight ends and not having Tony G up there.
You have to. That's part of the exercise.
I thought it was 4.
Not doing it.
And no, you just didn't listen. Tony Gonzalez was asked to do a Mount Rushmore. He said, 4 is too little. I'll do 5, and I'm not including myself. Okay, so do your top 6 and include Tony G.
Okay, Tony G's 1.
Oh, Tony G's 1.
Okay, there you go.
The rest I'm going to throw out there in no particular order.
2 through 6. In no particular order.
No particular order. Gates, Gronk, Shannon Sharp, Kellen Winslow,
Senior,
Travis Kelce, Senior, and Travis Kelce, I guess.
Okay.
That's in there. I wouldn't put him in a top 4 or 5 yet, but I think 6 would probably be
okay.
So Tony G is number 1.
How many do I have to pick here?
The 5 after Tony G.
I don't want to do that many.
Then finish the top 5.
Okay, good. I'll do a Mount Rushmore then. Give me Gronk. Give me Kellen Winslow Sr. Give me... Gosh. Do I want him up there? See, that's just for the name. But I feel like Mike Ditka has to be up there. Not in terms of like best, but in terms of like what he did for the position.
First tight end inducted in the Hall of Fame, so I mean not a terrible pick.
So I got one more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Ozzie Newsome.
Okay. That's okay. Well,
because I think Shannon Sharp would be a wide receiver in today's day and age, and I think he was a wide receiver at that time.
Fair. So
same with Travis Kelce, and that's why I don't put him on the list either.
Tony's 5, not including himself, is very similar to Jimothy's. He picked Gronk, Gates, Sharp, Kelce, and Jason Witten.
He cares a lot more about pass catching side of the ball.
I thought about it. I was like, is Witten top 5? And I was like, no, top 10, top 7.
He's top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
So next person on my list would be, like, if I'm putting Shannon Sharp and Travis Kelce in there, those would be the next 2 names, and then Witten would be next.
So top 7?
Yeah.
He's probably 7 for me. Maybe 8, but probably 7.
I think it just depends on how, because of all of those that were named above, like in the area of Witten's the only one who really did both blocking and receiving.
Gronk is
yeah. Gronk is, well, I mean, okay, I guess I forgot about Gronk. All the other ones.
Yes.
But I like obviously I like Witten more than Gronk because, I mean, let's be real.
Yep.
Like, I'm biased.
Witten has multiple plays where he just didn't have a helmet and didn't give a crap.
Witten is actually the reason why, if your helmet comes off,
right?
Yeah. So not bad. I think I liked Tony G's top 6, but I mean the top 4. It's obviously Gronk and Tony G are in there. Like
I want to know who Travis had on his 4.
they never said.
He's disrespecting somebody tremendously.
I'm sure he said Tony G. But then
said Tony G, Gronk. I remember I watched the episode. I can't. Tony G, Gronk, himself, and someone else. I can't remember who the fourth one was.
I'm not sure. I know he said himself. That's all I know. I just saw the clip of Tony G doing his.
I understand like not putting Ditka up there, but I just think he did so much for the game.
To be fair,
had Travis Kelce, Tony Gonzalez, Rob Gronkowski, and Antonio Gates.
And to be fair, Tony G did say he was going to strictly choose like the 90s and on, not to disrespect the old guys. So he chose an era.
Mm-hmm.
And he did mention Newsom and Ditka and Kellen Winslow Sr., but he said he was going to do his era, like Tony G's era.
Let's be real honest, though. If Kellen Winslow Jr. stays healthy, stays good, he was awesome.
Stayed sane.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Didn't he kill somebody?
I don't know. He went crazy. He went loco. He got hurt. He was a combination of Gronk and Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, I thought there was another goal by the Panthers there.
So do you guys have a preference on division here?
Oh crap! I don't even want to say what he did.
I remember reading about it, but
I don't know what he did, so I don't know.
I mean,
put it on a scale of Michael Vick and Ray Lewis. OJ. Closer to Vic, closer to OJ.
Closer to Bill Cosby.
Deshaun Watson.
Worse, allegedly, than what Deshaun Watson was doing.
Deshaun's here, and then there's Winslow. Yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad. I did.
Well, Winslow was also convicted. So Winslow's definitely way up here, and what he did to.
That's what ended his career, though. I thought that was fairly recently.
I think it came out.
Kellen Winslow?
Yeah.
That was he received his sentence in 2021.
Yeah, I thought that was fairly recently. I didn't think that's what ended his career.
Yeah, injuries ended his career, didn't it? Oh, good pressure by the.
And he was insane.
Yeah, obviously.
He played until 2013. Was his last season. Oh. He got drafted in 2004, so 9 years ish. I mean, in the NFL.
So we got the Panthers on a power play for the next 10 seconds. You should stand back because there's a hurricane.
I'm gonna scroll up and scroll down on here, and whatever I stop on.
Hey, we did the AFC East, right?
Yes.
Let's just finish the AFC as a whole, all of it.
Okay, north or south next then, because we'll just do a circle. We'll do clockwise, so we'll go south.
Yeah, we already did east, so let's go south. All right.
Are you pulling up the over-under, Joe?
Yeah, but I have a whole bunch of options here. This is not what I want.
This is great podcasting.
I'm pulling up each of their schedules. God, who am I forgetting here? There it is.
Because I have like 4 options for over-unders.
All right, you pick one of them.
Yeah,
just pick one of them.
Okay,
I'm gonna start with the Colts here. I'm gonna go through their schedule. Do we want to do it where we try to guess the over/under like we did last?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with whatever one is closest to being even odds is what it is my guess.
Okay.
All right, so the Colts schedule, they've got week 1 home against the Jaguars, away against the Texans, at the Ravens, home against the Rams, home Titans, away Jaguars, home Browns, home Saints, at Panthers, at Patriots, bye week, Buccaneers, at Titans, at Bengals, Steelers, at Falcons, Raiders, Texans.
Ooh. I'm gonna say 7.5.
I'm gonna say 5.5.
The one that has the closest odds each way is 6.5.
What's the difference, baby?
Yep. So 6.5 is at -135. And under is +115. So
I would say that's pretty close.
I want the original one.
What are you looking on?
DraftKings. They changed, so they gave basically us more bets that we can do, but that like changed the over unders.
I'm gonna take the under on 6.5. I think 6 is their ceiling on the year.
Rookie quarterback.
They don't have a extremely tough schedule on paper, but it's definitely moderately difficult.
I feel like they can win every game in their division except for the Jags.
I think the Texans are going to be just as competitive as the Colts. Maybe even more.
The only thing is that it's I guess who's the Colts head coach? Did they even announce one yet?
Yeah, they have the offensive coordinator for the Eagles last year, which is why
Steichen?
Everybody thinks there's a good chance they get the rushing touchdowns from A-Rich.
They did Jeff Saturday dirty. I think I'm gonna take the over on the 6.5.
I'm gonna take the over as well, but I think it's pretty close.
I think it's gonna be like the 7 or 8 wins. Like when you said the opponent, I was like, that sounds like 500.
See, everyone's got.
You guys want a gummy bear?
You want to do the Texans next?
Sure.
All right, the Texans schedule. Here we go. We've got week 1 at the Ravens, Colts at the Jaguars, Steelers at Falcons, Saints bye week, at Panthers, Buccaneers, at Bengals, Cardinals, Jaguars, Broncos, at Jets, at Titans, Browns, Titans, at Colts.
Oh God. Either I have a lot of faith in my head, I'm thinking 10.
Damn. I'm gonna say that they have met
10.
I don't know if I heard like shitty teams in my head twice, like he just repeated, like
Jesus.
or I just have a lot of faith in the Texans. No, but that's I know that's really high. It also could be I've been up since 4:30 this morning, and I went to bed after midnight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they have them at 5.5. I'm gonna go there again.
I'm gonna actually say 6.5.
It is 6.5.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go with the under.
Well, my brain is stupid. I'm going the over. When you're saying the teams, I'm going win, loss, win, loss, win, win, win. I don't remember what the stretch, but there was like 4 straight wins that I thought that they could get.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I've got them opening 0-3 though. I'm gonna go with the under.
Are we writing these down?
I have not.
To see how dumb we are in the future.
I mean, if we need to, I'll just watch back. It's fine.
We could always reference back to it.
So next, I got the Jags.
Over under 12 before I hear anything. 12 and a half.
I'm going to say, before I hear anything, I'm going to say their over-under is 10 and a half.
These gummy bears are delicious.
Here we go. We've got at the Colts, Chiefs, Texans, Falcons, at Bills, Colts, at Saints, at Steelers, bye, 49ers, Titans, at Texans, Bengals, at Browns, Ravens, at Buccaneers, Panthers, at Titans. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to 9.5. Nah, I'm going to stick at 10.5.
Ten and a half feels like a good one. I'm gonna go 11 and a half.
9.5. Jimmy, you should have trusted yourself.
I should have trusted it as soon as I was just thinking, like, I don't know if they'll have a. I'm assuming they have them as 9.5 being the division winner. I'm assuming that's the highest one.
Yeah.
I just thought, like, division winner.
They also, though, they have the AFC North.
Yeah.
And the NFC
South.
So the South is easier. North is hard. They play all the 1 seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it makes sense that it's a little bit lower.
Totally.
I think the 9.5 is right because I'm sticking with. I'm going to go with the under. I think they win 9 games, but I could easily see 10. Type deal.
I'm going to go with the over at 10 wins.
I'm going with the over.
All right, Tennessee Titans last up here for the AFC South. Week 1, we're at the Saints, Chargers, at Browns, Bengals, at Colts, Ravens, bye week. Falcons, at Steelers, at Buccaneers, at Jaguars, Panthers, Colts, at Dolphins, Texans, Seahawks, at Texans, then Jaguars week 18.
I'm not gonna lie. After the second team you said, I have no idea what you said after that. I emphatically heard you say bye week. But I think that's also fatigue. So I think doing the AFC South is good. We can do the AFC West next week, then the North, then we can go to the NFC.
Okay.
I didn't think this was going to take like 10 to 15 minutes to do one division. So, but it makes sense. Either way. I already had a number in my head. I think the Titans are
dog shit.
To put it lightly, absolute dog shit. The biggest piece of dog shit. I think they'll be lucky to get 4. So I'm gonna say 3.5.
I'm gonna say 4.5. I feel like this is gonna be wild.
Over under is 7.5.
What the hell? How do they have them? They have them second place.
Yeah.
With
way under.
With what? With what? Who's their wide receivers?
Derrick Henry.
Who's their wide receivers?
Derrick Henry.
Robert Woods.
Derrick Henry.
Okay. I answer your question with another question. Who are the Texans wide receivers?
That's a good question.
Whoever they drafted.
They have Dalton Schultz, and
I'm sure they drafted someone in the top 3 rounds.
Noah Brown. They got Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz, former Cowboys.
They've got a hot shot up and coming head coach. They've got
if you don't
young
remember,
quarterback.
When he said the Texans, I said 12 wins was the first thing that popped into my head.
I know. But also think about that Texans defense. Now think about the Titans defense. The Titans actually have a solid defense.
They have solid players.
They have a solid D.
Pretty big D.
Big D or solid D?
Both.
Yes.
The Titans a little more flaccid on the D department.
No, Texans a little more flaccid.
Texans a little more flaccid.
Titans got a good defense, but
they got.
I don't care.
They got a defensive head coach.
They're gonna get under. They're gonna get under 7 wins.
Yeah,
because Will Levis is going to come in.
I agree that they're gonna get under, but I think everybody in that division hits their under type deal.
So are we talking worst division in the league potentially?
No, because I think they actually have like somebody who's sneaky good in the Jaguars. If you don't remember, I picked them in the playoffs last year.
NFC South definitely, I think, is getting that crown.
NFC South, I would say, is the weakest.
So last year we had the NFC East, the AFC East, which were dogs, and then we're thinking NFC South and AFC South are just going to be Garbaggio.
I saw a post that listed the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC by somebody, and they had Derek Carr as the 5th best quarterback in the NFC.
Dude,
I don't know that there is such thing as an NFC beast.
No, I was just talking about the NFC East.
I don't know that exists. I just think the rest of the NFC was bad.
Yeah, maybe.
There are 2 good teams in the NFC East.
Here is Colin Cowherd's top 8 NFC quarterbacks of 2023 as of this is from March.
I want to understand how they're ranking, because I've seen so many rankings of quarterbacks for the NFC, and I've seen Fields at number 2, I've seen Goff at number 2, I've seen Purdy in the top 5.
Let's go through Cowherd real quick. This is from March, but it's all accurate as far as like updated quarterbacks. He's got at 8 Geno Smith, 7 Kirk Cousins, 6 Derek Carr, 5 Dak Prescott, 4 Kyler Murray, 3
too high
Jared Goff,
too high,
2 Jalen Hurts, and 1 Matthew Stafford.
Now, what are we basing it off of, though?
I don't know.
I feel like these lists are just thrown together. They're just like, oh, Stafford's won a Super Bowl ring. If we're going based off Super Bowl ring, then yeah, Stafford's got to be number 1. If we're going based off of Super Bowl appearances, then yeah, it's got to be Stafford, Hurts, 1 and 2.
So the one
he literally said he could not do any more than 8.
The one I saw was Sam Monson from PFF. And I actually I like his list. So at 1 he has Jalen Hurts. At 2 he has no, he's not. He's the best quarterback in the NFC.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
If you like quarterbacks who throw under 200 yards a game, then sure.
Look what he did in the Super Bowl.
Lost.
Yeah, but that performance.
Lost.
Yeah.
Literally lost because of him.
Yep.
He fumbled unprovoked.
Yep.
Lost the Super Bowl.
Yep. You're not saying that at all because you're a Cowboys fan.
Did he not lose the Super Bowl?
He played out. He should have been Super Bowl MVP in a losing effort.
Okay, but did he lose?
Did he lose? Yes. He should have been
that's
Super
all
Bowl
I said.
MVP. Yes,
that's all I said. Is he lost the Super Bowl?
No, you said he. I said he did. He played amazing, and you said he lost. I'm like,
he did.
He played amazing.
He still lost. Tom Brady played amazing and still lost the Super Bowl.
Okay, I can admit he lost. Can you admit that he played amazing?
He played okay.
Okay, exactly. You're biased. Number 2, he has Kirk Cousins.
Amazing would have been a victory.
Kirk Cousins at 2, huh?
Dude, the NFC is bad. The NFC is bad.
Too high.
At 3, he has Dak.
Too low.
False. What has he shown over Kirk Cousins?
Playoff victories. Playoff victories.
Okay. All right. I think that was held on the back of that defense, but whatever. At 4, Matthew Stafford. So if we're doing playoff victories, then he should be up above Dak. Correct?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So
it depends on how you're ranking.
Then Dak is not too low. He should be at 3.
No, Stafford should be 1. Stafford should be 1. Hurts is too high.
Okay. So Hurts should be at 2.
No, Hurts should be at 3.
But playoff victories.
They have the same.
But
Kirk and Dak, you're talking 1 and 3, 2 and 4, by the way.
Who went further?
Team sport? Isn't that what you said? Team sport?
I did say team sport. I did.
So then why does it matter who went further?
So then why do you have Dak above Kirk?
Because he's better.
He's not, though. He's better at fantasy football, maybe, because he has legs.
So is Hurts. Better at fantasy football.
Yeah, he is also better at winning games.
Except the Super Bowl.
Correct. Against the Chiefs, correct, because they are in the AFC, which is by far superior. And at 5, Derek Carr. Derek Carr was the 4th best quarterback going into last season in the AFC West. The 4th, prior to last season, is the 5th best in the NFC.
I'll take Carr over Hurts. I will take every quarterback you named over Hurts.
Blasphemy.
So did you guys see that the Washington Commanders didn't get their trademark?
One good season, and now he's the best quarterback in the NFC.
The NFC is bad.
Dak Prescott had the worst
NFC
season.
is bad.
Okay, that's fine. Dak Prescott had his worst statistical season in terms of turnovers, and he still turns the ball over less than Jalen Hurts for his career.
He had his worst statistical season. He came off of an injury a few years ago. Maybe he's just lost it.
He could have.
He might be getting dealt after this next season.
I doubt that.
He might be.
I doubt it. It's Jerry Jones.
I'm just Zeke.
That's a running back.
I'm just saying. I'm just.
If Romo never gets hurt, Dak never steps on the field for like 2 or 3 more years.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I don't think they'll get rid of Dak.
But I don't know. The NFC is bad at quarterback. You have Jared Goff and Geno Smith on that list. That's insane. Blasphemy.
Yeah, because what are they basing it off of, though? Just last year? Because that's what it seems like.
No, going forward, who would you rather have? The past does not matter. Going forward, who would you rather have?
Well, Stafford's too old. Not enough out of Purdy. If we're doing based off of that, would you want to have like the Fields and
I would rather have Hurts and Fields 10 out of 10.
I don't
10
want
out of 10. 10 out of 10, I would rather have Hurts and Fields.
Just because they're younger. I mean, that doesn't prove anything.
No, it's 10 out of 10, I would rather have Hurts than Fields. It's not even close.
I want a quarterback who can throw the football.
He can.
For 200 yards every game. On average. Average.
Hey, you know what the NFL average for a starting quarterback was last year?
For what?
For passing yards per game. It was probably around 220. Look it up.
Okay.
I bet you it was around 220.
And Hurts was under that, so he's under average.
I'm just saying. But he's way above average in rushing. That's all I'm going to say. He does it both. And he wins games.
Does he?
One team was in the Super Bowl, and the other team was on the couch, just like us Broncos fans.
Every single team but the Chiefs and the Eagles were on the couch.
Yeah. Just like us Broncos fans. Y'all were sitting on the couch. Sorry.
And if the Niners have a quarterback, the Eagles don't make the Super Bowl.
The Eagles were
that
beating them before that. The Eagles were beating them before that.
It was tied.
They were beating them.
Yeah, and then it was tied. And then the Niners did not throw a single pass.
I'm not talking about the score. I'm not talking about the score. They were beating them.
So I pulled up the information for you guys. This Jalen Hurts thing, average passing yards per season for the NFL. Jalen Hurts average passing yards last season, correct? All of last season?
Mm-hmm.
I was talking career, but it's fine.
I could pull that up afterwards. But, all right, average passing yards per game in the NFL for the 22 season was 223 yards per game.
I was dang close.
Okay.
I was 3 yards off.
Jalen Hurts' average passing yard per game in 2022 was 246.7.
What's his career?
I'll pull it up. Hold on.
He had one good career season. We did the same thing with Carson Wentz. The same exact thing. Carson Wentz got hurt. The Eagles went to the Super Bowl. Wentz was having an MVP season, and then we crowned him. Like, what's the difference? Hurts lost, and Big Dick Nick was able to win? Like,
what's the difference is the personality. It's what's between the ears. It's what's in the heart.
All right, so I have his stats pulled up in front of me. Do you want to go with his full career, including his first 4 starts as a rookie, or his full 2 seasons? Because the number is drastically different.
Do them both then.
All right. Full career, including his rookie season, first 4 games, is 175.7 yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
His 2 full seasons as a starter, he had, I'll just round up here, 247 last year, and then 2021 was 210. Mm-hmm. So 225-ish is, he's average for his 2 starts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just putting the stats out there for you guys. Continue.
No, that's literally what I'm saying. It's
round average. 2, fight.
He's average.
He's constantly moving upward, is what I heard there.
He's average.
I heard he went from 175 to 210 to 247. Made it to the Super Bowl.
So did Joe Burrow.
I mean, Joe Burrow's phenomenal. I have Joe Burrow number 2.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow also went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's phenomenal.
Okay, Joe Burrow's better than Hurts.
He is.
I know that, but he's average.
No, if he's average, Dak Prescott is well below average.
I think Dak's better.
He's not though.
Do you want me to pull Dak up?
He's been carried by a stellar offense his entire career.
What the fuck do you think Jalen Hurts just had last year?
Yeah.
What? Literally.
What do I think he just had? What were his running backs compared to Zeke?
Last year?
No. Throughout his career. Throughout his career, what has his running backs been compared to Zeke?
If I recall correctly, which we can look this up. I'm pretty sure even with Zeke leading the league in rushing, the Eagles still had the number 1 rush offense in the league.
Because Jalen Hurts is a stellar runner.
It wasn't just Hurts, though. It was the committee with Scott and
I understand.
Whatever.
I understand. But he is also a stellar runner. So that's, once again, not a knock on Hurts. That's a bonus to Hurts.
Yeah. If you like running backs.
Also, the beginning of Dak's career. Which offensive line would you rather have? I'll ask Jimothy because it's not biased at all, right? That Cowboys offensive line with Zach Martin, Tyron Smith.
You don't have to name him. It was Cowboys.
It's that Cowboys offensive line by far. That Eagles offensive line, yes, they were the best offensive line in football last year. But that Cowboys offensive line is the best one I've ever seen in my life.
Dang, you're old.
Dak was on an upward swing. He was. I was a Dak believer. I've drafted Dak in so many fantasy football leagues. I'm a Dak
including
believer.
last year.
Yeah, I'm a Dak believer. I love Dak. I don't want to sound like a Dak hater, but he's below Hurts.
I don't think he is yet.
Oh my God. I hate sounding like a hater because if anybody I'm a hater on that list, it's Kirk Cousins.
I like Kirk. I've always liked Kirk, though.
Oh,
I was actually glad when he left Washington. And maybe I like Kirk because Dallas literally owns him.
yeah. Oh no. NFC sucks for quarterbacks. I'm hoping Bryce Young is something real. Hoping.
Cowboys to the Super Bowl.
Honestly, they might be my pick this year.
This year's the year.
They got a solid team, dude.
Not flaccid. Yeah.
I mean, I think the only thing in the NFC, unless there's a huge surprise, if the NFC Championship game doesn't end up being Cowboys, Eagles, or Niners, some variation of that,
it's a letdown.
It's those three. Those three are on top. And I am more leaning. I think Hurts is improving, but he's had one stellar season. I'm just not crowning him the best quarterback in the NFC yet.
I am simply because I'm saying the NFC is that bad.
I don't disagree with you, but I still want Dak.
Like it's like saying Wembanyama, when he steps on the court on the Spurs, he's the best player on that court.
Allegedly.
When he steps foot on that court for the Spurs, he's the best player for the Spurs on that court. It is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Didn't they say wasn't Zion supposed to be the best player on the Pelicans when he joined?
Zion was hyping college mainly. He wasn't really hyping high school and prior to that.
Yeah. I want Wembanyama. Wemby. I'll just call him Wemby because it's hard to say.
Wembanyama. But
Wemby.
I don't know. I want
AFC is winning the Super Bowl.
Dude. Can the NFC just please get like a superstar quarterback? Just one.
Did you guys see?
That might be why I'm rooting for Hurts so bad too.
Aha. So I see. Hurts isn't a superstar.
No.
He's just above that. See, we're on the same page. Why are we arguing?
There is starter, there is star, and there is superstar. He is a star.
You don't think Dak's a star?
No.
I do.
I don't anymore.
He literally has a star on his helmet.
I don't think he's a star anymore.
Yeah, I do think Dak is still a star, but I think Jalen is a rising star to where Dak is a falling star.
I can get on board with that.
I think the only reason Dak is still relevant is because he's a Cowboy.
I could also agree with that. Joe, I've literally told you I hate Dak. I hated how Romo's career ended. But
I know.
I
don't know, man. Because when Dak's on the field, he plays well. I mean,
contrary to last year, he does take care of the ball very good.
Yeah,
very well.
I mean, regardless of where the stats are coming from, I mean, he puts numbers up. You know,
he's top 5 in touchdown interception ratio of all time, including last season.
Yeah.
And still had less turnovers than Josh Allen, who turns the ball over like it's dessert. But we don't talk about him. He's automatically top 3. Like Josh Allen is white Dak Prescott or whiter Dak Prescott. They both can. Well, Dak can't run really anymore because of his leg, but he can run.
He shouldn't run, but he can't run.
He shouldn't run. I agree. Romo shouldn't have run either, but he could.
Yeah.
couldn't run fast, but Romo was like a magician. How old is Romo? Like 42? He could come back and play. That's my quarterback.
I stand by the thing I told you a long time ago that if Romo was starting for that Dak first playoff run, y'all win that Super Bowl.
Zeke's rookie year, I agree. That
y'all
was
win that Super Bowl. If you guys have Tony Romo instead of Dak Prescott, you guys win that Super Bowl.
I think the Devs caught it year 2 would have been another good.
He didn't catch it.
Another good run. He did catch it.
Not at that time.
Yep, by letter of the law, it was not a catch at that time.
It was a catch the whole time. You guys are just dumb.
All right, real quick. Did you guys see that the Washington Commanders lost their trademark? They were denied trademark on Washington Commanders because when they reapplied for it, someone had already applied for it before them. So are we going to see another new name coming out of Washington?
Yeah.
Especially with the team being sold?
Yeah.
They're going to go to the Washington Redskins. I hear that. There's no controversy at all. That's a great name. Honestly, the football team was growing on me.
No,
I kind of dig it. Not gonna lie, man. I do.
It's better than the Commanders.
Go to the Washington Hogs. The Hogs would be cool.
That's a good one too.
But it's already a nickname. It's already kind of an unwritten mascot.
It's a nickname for one of the greatest offensive lines of all time, and then you're gonna confuse the young kids. There's kids who don't know about the Walter Paytons, Barry Sanders. They just know what people tell them, and they're not like making up they're not formulating their own opinions. They're just going with the flow. Which, by the way, we didn't say this, but R.I.P. Jim Brown.
Yep,
agreed.
My opinion, second best running back of all time. My opinion, second best, behind Sanders.
He's fullback.
Which is?
Not a position.
What's a fullback?
Not a position.
What position is that?
Doesn't exist.
Okay, let me ask you something. You have a tackle, a guard, and a center. What position do they play?
Tackle, guard, and center.
What's the group called?
Doesn't matter.
Which does?
Well, then he's a halfback.
That fits better into my argument.
You said running back. Big semantics show, bro.
Running back is the group. The other position is halfback and fullback.
Yes.
Wingback.
Yeah.
They're
different positions.
No.
I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit.
They're the same. They're the same.
I agree. I argue with it. I argue the same way you do with people. I just like being devil's advocate. It's fun.
I played both positions, so this should have been up the whole time of us.
Big power bottom over there.
See, Couch Potato agrees with me. It's a great name, the Washington Redskins. It's never been used. No one's ever been.
Original.
Let me correct this. No one who could actually be considered a Redskin was offended. It was just some white person who got offended for them.
Like most things.
Most of the snowflakes and the offended people. I don't know why I have a comb in my hand, but I've been using it to itch my leg because I have a mosquito bite and it works wonderful.
Fair.
Anywho, most of the stuff that people get offended by is someone who's not a part of that group.
I hear you, man.
If only. Also,
one day.
Isn't my hat sick as hell?
Some people's kids, man. Some people's kids.
Okay, here you go, Joe. Isn't my hat sick as hell?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. I had to hide the Cubs logo.
I do like that painting in the background, though.
That is a dope painting. I noticed that last week. Pretty awesome.
There's a lot of
Good work.
around.
Good work.
I very much like the two birds. The two birds. I appreciate that.
Oh, hold on. Let me.
Oh man, here we go. Let's
How
see
do
them
you- how do
all. Tour. We need a tour now.
Definitely not doing a tour. Definitely not doing a tour.
Come on, man.
I gotta figure out how to flip this. How do you do this?
There's a
there
way
we go.
somehow.
There we
Probably
go.
can't. Who knows?
Some way.
Okay, is it this one? There we
Yep.
go.
Nailed it.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is great. This is great
yeah.
podcasting.
Oh,
So
yeah.
cool story about these, and then
Turn your phone sideways.
and stick it up there, candy. Oh. So there's actually
It's not rotating.
Dang.
Never mind. Go back.
We tried.
Back.
We tried.
Then rotate.
That's your fault, not mine. Wait, let me try this again.
Oh God, we're done.
Hey,
There we go.
There we go.
that's beautiful.
So and then the flowers on there or whatever, they're each like there's like a theme behind each one.
Nice.
What
are those
nice,
two-
nice.
What are those two shadow things up there?
Other birds?
Other birds. Cool. Right on.
Probably more Cardinals because best
I
baseball.
would imagine.
Yeah. Oh. So yeah, it's nice. And I know that's why Joe likes it. It's the Cardinals.
Best baseball team.
What's that?
Oh, rude. I'm gonna tell your wife.
Prove it. So this
Best baseball team in what?
this one
Need you to elaborate here.
4th of July. I don't remember this one, but this one is definitely cotton candy. 100% cotton candy.
Okay.
Halloween. Got the orange, the purple, and I think that's gold. Is it gold? Black. It's black. It just looks weird because of the shadow.
Bold of you to assume.
It's definitely black.
All right.
I think we overstayed our welcome here.
We're all too tired.
Let's read the room.
We're all too tired here.
Wait. Let me see if I can flip back. I did it once. Can we do it again?
You can do it.
Sup?
I did it. Oh, hey.
5 seconds.
5 seconds of emphasis on the eye on me. All right, cool.
What's up?
Maybe next week I can show a different one. That's the wrong one, bro. It's labeled as outro.
Yeah, well, I wasn't gonna play it though.
Oh.
I wasn't ready.
Okay, we're gonna play a different song apparently.
Not as the outro, just right now.
This isn't the outro.
I know. I just said just right now.
We're
Awesome,
jamming
boys.
first, Joe. What?
All right, so
That was actually dope.
yeah, it's a pretty dope outro song.
We start how we finish, boys. Awesome.